The 2024 Toyota Prius is one of the most fuel-efficient cars on the market today, having recently undergone one of the biggest and most beautiful redesigns in the vehicle's history. A new power plant that is far more potent than the previous model, by 75 more horses, to be exact, while maintaining the Prius' reputation for fuel efficiency, lies beneath all of that fresh styling. The Prius achieves between 49 and 57 miles per gallon depending on the model. In addition, the Prius features a far more conventional and user-friendly interior layout than the previous model, and is unquestionably more pleasing to drive. According to reports, Toyota is developing a highly efficient Prius car that could be called by the name GRMN, Gazoo Racing Meister of the Nürburgring. The plug-in version of the Prius Prime, was cited as the rumor source by the Japanese automotive magazine Best Car. The upgraded Prius has an attractive style and is far more potent than previous iterations. Although the Prius still offers excellent fuel economy, more over 50 miles per gallon in real-world driving, most likely, this is no longer the sole justification for purchasing one. Due to the car's new swept-back styling, the biggest drawback is decreased utility and comfort for the rear passengers. The 2024 Toyota Prius is one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles currently on the market, having recently undergone its most significant redesign in history. With EPA estimates for combined city/highway economy ranging from up to 57 miles per gallon depending on the model level, the Prius is one of the most fuel-efficient cars you can buy. However, the Prius offers advantages beyond just its fuel efficiency. The most modern Prius has a powertrain that allows it to sprint out of its own way and then some below its appealing facade. For a total of 196 horsepower, the 2024 Prius offers up to 75 more horsepower than the one from the previous generation. On top of everything else, the Prius is undoubtedly superior to drive. Like previous models, the new Prius is smooth and capable of smartly accelerating from a stoplight. Nevertheless, in regular city driving, the large increase in power is hardly noticeable. However, the extra power greatly reduces the difficulty of completing a highway merge or ascending a steep incline. In comparison to the previous model's 10.7-second time, the front-wheel drive Prius in our test achieved 60 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds. The Prius's on-road stability has also been increased by structural changes and new suspension parts in various places. Despite feeling numb, the steering is crisp and effortlessly tracks straight. The Prius front seats will be pleasant for longer rides given that they offer enough support. The back seats are comfy as well, despite not being able to recline. We are impressed by the smoothness with which the Prius navigates potholes and damaged pavement. The Prius' excessive engine, tire, and wind noise when accelerating keeps it from being a perfectly tranquil vehicle to drive. There is only one climate zone, and the most recent model of the Prius has lost some of the more sophisticated climate settings seen in older versions, such as the ability to turn off the fans in all seats but the driver to improve efficiency. Ventilated front seats are standard on the top limited trim of the Prius, and heated rear seats are an option on all trim levels other than the baseline. The Prius interior is convenient as well as easy to use owing to a traditional dashboard layout and strategically placed controls. The digital instrument cluster is less inviting. It presents too much data, making it appear cluttered. Most of our drivers discovered that even after adjusting the seat and steering wheel to their ideal positions, the top of the steering wheel still partially obscured their view of the display. Its placement and form are also problematic. The upgraded 12.3-inch center touchscreen was installed. We appreciate Toyota's newest multimedia system's clear UI, speed, and Google-powered navigation. Standard features include wireless connectivity for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as a wireless charging pad for higher trim levels. However, take care because it isn't chilled and your phone will feel warm when it comes out after approximately an hour. There are 6 USB-C connectors located around the cabin if you would rather charge more traditionally. In addition, compared to earlier models, the Prius's newest design has restricted the back seat's space and visibility. To enter the back, you must stoop down considerably and squeeze through narrower rear door holes. After entering, anyone over 6 feet tall will have trouble finding enough headroom. Therefore, every time the vehicle crosses a bump, you have to slump down to prevent knocking your head on the ceiling. The slanted rear window and large rear roof pillars make it difficult to see in the rear. However, some functionality has been sacrificed in favor of the Prius's new appearance, which makes it more aesthetically pleasing. Driver assistance features of the Prius are additional advantage. Smooth acceleration and braking are possible when using adaptive cruise control, and the lane keeping aid system efficiently keeps the hybrid vehicle centered in its lane. Proactive driving assist is a further function that gives the driver subtly cued suggestions in commonplace circumstances. The Prius will start to brake very subtly as you lift off the gas, for instance, if traffic stops ahead of you, giving you a cue to start slowing down. In addition, if traffic in front of you moves, an LED strip on the dash flashes. A system like this may easily become so intrusive that the user would turn it off. Behind the back seats of the Prius, there is 20.3 cubic feet of cargo capacity when the hatchback is opened. This trunk has less cargo space than earlier Prius models, but it still offers more than a trunk in a car of a comparable size. We were unable to place a set of golf clubs lengthwise across the back of the Prius since it is now shallower and skinnier than before. There is no underfloor storage, despite the raised cargo floor's potential suggestion. The Prius offers 2 storage areas up front, a useful rubberized place under the dash for small objects, and a narrow but deep center console bin. Conveniently placed next to the gear shifter is the available wireless charging pad. Most water bottles will fit in the somewhat larger than normal cup holders. Efficiency is the Prius trademark, and the most recent model still lives up to that standard. The EPA predicts that the front-wheel drive LE variant will achieve combined fuel economy of 57 miles per gallon on the interstate and 52 miles per gallon in city driving. Each of those numbers is reduced by 3 miles per gallon for AWD versions. On our actual test route, we recorded 52.3 miles per gallon, virtually matching the limited forward Prius EPA estimated 52 miles per gallon combined figure. There is a reason why the Prius name and fuel economy go together. The Prius is a cost-effective vehicle. However, due to rising higher trim prices, it is no longer a cost-effective choice. The cost increases much further if all-wheel drive is chosen. If you find yourself needing or wanting extra space for people or cargo at these high pricing, some hybrid SUVs and midsize sedans come into play. On this most recent model, the Prius interior quality has improved, but there are still some blatant hard plastic pieces. The doors have a weak feel to them and close with a tinny sound. The extreme redesign of the Prius transforms it from an entry on ugliest car lists into something elegant and coherent. The fact that the new Prius has maintained the same level of efficiency despite a significant increase in power is also very noteworthy. The hybrid can now achieve over 50 miles per gallon in most circumstances, making it one of the faster, but still not particularly thrilling, compact vehicles available. The Prius' main selling point continues to be its fuel economy, but the remainder of the vehicle has also become more appealing.